Hey everyone, it's Amy here. I'm just doing the first part of my digital native vlog entry. Please don't mind my dressed down appearance. I just got back from the beach a couple of hours ago. So I would consider myself a digital native just because I was born within that time frame, after the 1970s when we were exposed to a lot of different technologies. What I think is really interesting is that I just responded to Stephanie Pope's discussion question where she mentioned the Oregon Trail and how when she was in school, much like me, our first foyer into using computers in the classroom was the Oregon Trail. And it was really interesting that she mentioned that because I had my hair done by my cousin Liz over the weekend, and she'd mentioned to me that she read an article that called us the Oregon Trail Generation, because I had mentioned the course that we're taking. And so I ended up looking up that post, and it's written by Anna Garvey, and if anyone has a chance to look it up, I would highly recommend it. What's really interesting is that as digital natives in that Oregon Trail generation, we're in a very unique spot because we are the only generation that knows what it's like to be educated both with and without technology. And the use of Oregon Trail in the classroom was really our first segue into that, latter part of education when we're actually using computers for research or for projects and anything like that. As far as my infusion of technology into the classroom, I don't have a terrible amount of experience. In my schools, we started using programs. They're called online learning programs, such as Lexia and iReady, and I started using them in my charter schools in DC. It was a great way for kids to practice their literacy skills, especially with Lexia, and then I could pull data from that. And then when I was with Rocket Ship Education out in San Jose, we used a lot of online learning programs as part of the children's learning lab time, and it was about 90 minutes that kids were getting on OLPs, and that was really the most amount of technology that I was infusing in my classroom, but it really was the participatory class that I took last semester through University of San Diego as part of the master's program that I really started learning about ways to connect children beyond their own realm or their scope in classrooms, and also learn how to use blogs and other advanced technologies such as Pinterest and Facebook and things to not only connect children, but to help them become more engaged in their education. So that was definitely a way to push my thinking as to what it would be like to infuse these technologies in the classroom. Now, the thing that was really challenging is that the amount of planning that went into it, not only for me, because these were new technologies, such as blogging with third graders that I'd never used before, on the same end, it took a long time to teach the kids how to use these technologies. But once again, once they knew, it was a practice that they could use over and over again, especially when I had third grade students in one of my teachers' classrooms blogging with Rocket Ship third graders across the town. It was really engaging for kids, but it took a long time to build that foundation. So I can definitely see how teachers that are not comfortable with blogging or using other advanced technologies, or not having the time to teach students the fundamentals of how to do that, how it can be very challenging in the classroom. But, I'm really excited to see how this course, along with the course I took last semester, will really help to stretch my thinking, and hopefully I can coach my teachers around using these digital technologies in future classes. So I hope everyone had a great weekend, and I look forward to engaging in more discussions.